Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto Was the Son of the Scarlet King, Part 5. I think so. Wait a minute. Yep, 5. Yeah, that's the right number. It's been 2 months. Yes. Did I forget to upload this, Part 5 for What If Naruto Was the Scarlet King? Or the Son of the Scarlet King? Yeah. Kinda. But other than that, I do have like 3 new what ifs that I will not do until I finish a couple of these goddamn what ifs that I keep forgetting to do. That I kind of left out, left it in a part where I could have finished it. And this one was actually one of them I can finish. So yeah, let me begin, and before I go subscribe to Anime Sensei, Iconic What Ifs, and even Obito What Ifs. The links will be in the description. And yeah, that's all. Other than that, yeah, bye bye. Begin to the next what if, okay? Not what if, not bye bye. Into the fucking what if, okay? I don't know, I'm not tired exactly. I have no clue what the fuck is happening. But yeah. But let's go. So, last time I left it off was Naruto is now the king of the Kitsune clan. Well, not the king, mostly the clan leader. Now, of course, the person that he defeated to become the clan leader was actually royalty. Was actually one of these, children of, the Demon Lord. That was actually like the medium, well, not medium, the like middle child Demon Lord kid. Who got killed by his 2, brothers. One was older and the other one was the youngest. So, yeah. Of course, with that happening, we go into Naruto. Naruto is right now just dealing with the other Kitsunes that he's actually meeting. And I should mention one thing. Naruto's what's it called Kitsune form is different from anyone else. Well, not different. It's still the same. It's just his fur is more black. It's like darkened. And of course his eyes do glow red. Like, it just stays glowing red kind of permanently. It's kind of like his eyes are red. They're kind of like Gojo's color, like how Gojo's blue crystal eyes are like that, but instead of being blue, it's red. So yeah, and of course Naruto can do a lot of things that normal Kitsunes cannot, because he's actually one of the children of the Scarlet King, because he has more powers than a normal Kitsune. So yeah, of course this is where Naruto, he is kind of trying to kill Kurama, and of course also SCP-682 is right now also trying to kill Kurama. And they're rushing and trying to beat the crap out of Kurama. Rushing, attacking, killing, and even, And also, using, Naruto's using his red sword that he managed to grab when he does go into Werewolf Kitsune. And of course, he tries to slash at, Kurama. Kurama sees that the sword, it's very deadly, and doesn't want to get hit by that. So of course, he just ignores that and doesn't really like trying to get hit, but yeah. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned the Akatsu's did die in this what if or something. I think I didn't mention that, so yeah. Because I only watched what's called part 4 just to remind me where I left it off, but yeah. So, yeah. We go outside of, Naruto getting out, the Akatsu did die in this what if, okay? Well, I'm gonna just say, okay. Now, of course, Naruto has been kind of training with Kurama for about 5 months. Kind of training and trying to kill him, mostly. Training and killing. Basically, Naruto just doesn't like Kurama half the damn time. And of course, Naruto did get closer with Christina, Hakin, or mostly, Hakin. And, not Hakin, so her name is Katsuki. And, of course, the last one is, the last one name is Umi. So, of course, I don't remember. I remember one was actually a water type, but I forgot her actual name. So, her name is now Umi. Of course, they all kind of got closer with Naruto. So, yeah. Now, Naruto is not very a romantic type. He's mostly like similar to kind of kill, murder, and destroy and all that. So yeah, he's not that great in romantic things or anything like that. Except for Kurama always annoying him and actually keeps throwing random books at Naruto so he will be the romantic type. Of course, Naruto has dodged those books and really trying to kill Kurama for stupid things like that. Of course, SCP-682 has stayed in the dimension of Naruto's for a while, trying to kill Kurama also. By either sneaking attack, by Naruto's idea, or trying to just full on just attack him, just straight ahead. So yeah. Of course, that never really works, so yeah. So, Naruto, he does go back into like the clan again, and of course he is like doing some studies and all that. Of course, he did meet up with the other like Bijus. Well, the other Bijus that has the Dirge and Turkey hosts, kind of as what's it called, their heir and all that. And of course, Naruto had to fight against Gaara, which Naruto had to go against Gaara in his like somewhat him being a species of like Shikaku now. Of course, this is where he did use like sand attacks and even manipulate the sand to become what's called a sword and all, and try to fight against Naruto's own sword. But Naruto's sword managed to cut through the sand swords and actually managed to almost like stab into Gaara's heart, and tells Gaara to give up. So Gaara submits and says that he will make an alliance. He does this going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or not 9, all the 8 Bijus. Even Killer B. He has trouble with Killer B. Now, of course, there's like Renegon who, because he can copy like dojutsu and all that he did have the, what's it called? Well, the Renegon unlocked. From, fighting against the old previous kind of, that was going to be the clan leader. Yeah, he kind of awoke in that. Of course, he kind of managed to see, what's it called? Kind of see the movement from Killer B trying to use his, like, the kind of 8 sword style. And of course, Naruto managed to easily almost kill him and like cut his head off. When he just not accidentally cut through all of the swords pretty easily. Now, of course, this is where, Naruto, he also kind of, after doing that, he made an alliance with all of them. He also made an alliance with other demon race. Like a demon race that kind of uses lightning style mostly. Another demon race that uses mostly a bunch of fire. Well, they weren't as professional as fire as like a Kitsune, but they were strong as no matter what. Right now, Kurama's telling him to kind of get an army prepared, just in case he has to go against the two demon lords. Now, of course, with that happening, they kind of, Naruto does get ready with a bunch of them. Now, of course, he does get older and stronger. Naruto, I should mention, he is 6'5". He is right now tall. While, the others are kind of like 6'1", 6'2", and even 6'2". Some of them kind of one of them are kind of shorter, and that is Kitsune. But yeah. Umi and Christina are right now 6'2", but yeah. Of course, Kurama, he sees that Naruto is the most strongest Kitsune out of everyone. But of course, Kitsune and Christina and even Umi are not as weak as Naruto. They already mastered their 9 tail. So, of course, this is where, Naruto, he did meet with Gaara, the others. And of course, Naruto, he then thinks about it. After this war with the other two demon lords, he's probably going to have to go back into the overworld and kind of conquer that also. Because he doesn't really like humans and really doesn't care about human race, so yeah. So of course, this is where, a war was actually broken out. A war that was actually caused by the 2 demon lords to fight against Naruto. Of course, this is where, the two demon lords start trying to, well, send their army towards Naruto. Of course, Naruto is in the middle of like the army. This is where Naruto, he then kind of call upon, well, his father and his, what's it called? Well, not father, mostly his siblings. So SCP-682 and the others, like Corey and the others, and yeah. And of course, they all kind of went to the fight against the army. Now, SCP-682 managed to take out a good portion of 2,000 demons. Another one managed to take out a good portion of 2,000 by mostly sending them towards the Scarlet King dimension. And the Scarlet King just obliterate them. Now, of course, this is where a bunch of them are right now fighting, killing, scratching, murdering. Naruto's right now just using his sword to kind of clash with the two demon lords. Now, of course, Naruto is only in his Kitsune form. When I mean Kitsune form, I mean the, not the werewolf form yet. But he does go into it so he can get a power boost. Because when he was fighting against the two demon lords, they were actually very strong and he could not keep up with their speed. In just his normal Kitsune, normal Kitsune human form. So, of course, he does go into his werewolf form and does kind of clash with one of them. And he can actually be faster than one of them. He's faster than the, what's it called, oldest. The oldest is actually just, well, what's it called, his power, or most of his, like, abilities is mostly in strength, while his youngest brother is mostly in speed. So, of course, Naruto's clashing with the oldest. And, of course, he can actually get in cuts into the oldest, while the youngest managed to get cuts into Naruto. So, everyone is right now going to war. Kitsune is right now using ice style to either freeze a lot of them. And Umi is right now using water style to drown a lot of demons. While Christina does use crystal release to kind of crystallize a bunch of like the water style. So a bunch of demons were trapped in. So yeah. Of course, Kurama is easily burning through a bunch of like demons and all that. Now he knows that he is not as strong as Naruto, and he is not that young as Naruto to fight against the two demon lords at once. Now, of course, Naruto does a move that was similar towards the middle brother demon lord, and of course the two two demon lords realizes, and this is where it was Naruto that kind of like put his sword towards his like towards near his like side, and does kind of like put energy into it, and does a slash, two slashes that makes an X, well not an X, a cross that goes towards it. Like, the slashes were actually red when he slashed it, and it was a cross going straight towards the oldest. Now the youngest decides to rush forward, and of course he then decides to try to grab the oldest. That's where Naruto appears right in front of him and tries to cut him down. Now of course this is where he managed to dodge, and of course this is where the oldest just get hit by the attack, but he doesn't fall down. He stands tall and says, "You think you can just do that? You don't know anything about true power." Naruto says, "Even though I don't, maybe I do, because I haven't even been going my full power." Here's where the two demon lords laugh and say, "Oh, we weren't even going either." This is where the two demon lords says, "Behold our true power." This is where the oldest demon lord does go into like a greenish, like a dark greenish glow, and explodes with power. This is where the youngest goes into a light, very like lightish bluish color that looks like lightning was crackling off of him, and explodes with power also. This is where they're like demonic forms that were before were like, what's it called? Like before their forms of true forms, they were having like this black armor on them, and of course this black armor looks like it was kind of dull and a little bit rusty, and of course their faces weren't showing, but their eyes were, and of course their eyes were slick gold. But of course when they now show off the true form, the armor had a greenish glow, the oldest one, while his eyes had a greenish tint to it, slick and all. But it also, his armor was sharpened, and his sword was more sharpened. I should mention the sword was actually like a berserker sword, like a giant sword. While the youngest now has the similar features as the oldest, it's just he's much smaller. Well, he was already smaller, but of course his armor is sharpened, lightning is cracking off of him, and of course this is where his swords weren't even swords; they were actually two katanas. So of course this is where they say, "Ready or not, here I come, leader of the Kitsune." This is where Naruto yawns and says, "Fine, let's see who's stronger." This is where Naruto he unleashes his true form, and of course, like the same form that I mentioned last time, its horns started appearing from his head, but of course it's not horns. It kind of looks like tree roots. Well, not tree roots, tree branches, but of course it's horns. Of course, a crown appears. It's red. Naruto's eyes does go into a crimson red, and of course, well, crimson, just pure crimson red, and then a slit appear, being kind of a like ruby red, and of course, this is where Naruto says, "Let's see if you can defeat me." I should also mention his tails did become more red and black. Well, it was already black enough, but it does go into a crimson kind of reddish color that has kind of patterns going around its tails. Now, of course, this is where Naruto's clothes does change into being kind of like mostly crimson red and kind of black and all. But this is where Naruto he has a third eye, and his third eye is the Renegon. It's like the Renin Sharingan, but of course it's red, and of course instead of having a dot in the middle, it has a slick. Well, it's a slick that kind of looks like a star. It's like six. What's it called? It's a what's it called? So it looks like a how should I mention a slick eye, but of course a slick eye has a slick kind of across it, kind of looking like a cross, and then two slicks that looks like an X. So it kind of looks like a star. That's where Naruto roars and says, "Let's bring it on." Now the star looking slick eye, it looks like it's kind of like a very lightish red color. But yeah. This is where Naruto, he's now in this form. And of course, this is where the two demon brothers kind of rushes at Naruto. And this is where Naruto disappears. Right now, appearing right in front of the oldest one. This is where he tries to kick at the oldest one, while the youngest one managed to appear right in front of Naruto and blocked his kick with his own arm. Of course, this is where the youngest brother his arm just exploded. This is where the oldest just like swing his sword at Naruto. This is where Naruto blocks it with his red sword and actually cuts through the sword easily. Because this sword actually has a now very furious, glowing red color. And rushes at, what's it called, the oldest Demon Lord. This is where he tries to cut the oldest Demon Lord until the oldest Demon Lord managed to get lightning like whips around him and gets pulled back by the youngest. The youngest only has one arm now because his other arm exploded. And also, the arm that kind of was flown in midair kind of burned into crimson red flames. This is where Naruto says, "Let's see if you can defeat me." This is where the two demon lords realize that Naruto was the power they felt, not the actual being they felt a long time ago when they killed their, well, middle brother. Now, of course, this is where Naruto, he appears right in front of the oldest one and tries to again to kind of like slice his waist off. This is where the oldest then uses his kind of almost like cut sword and all. It's already cut and all, and tries to kind of like swing it down. Wait. Now I should forget to mention that yes, Naruto has symbols on his eyes, or kind of like lines, similar to this mask. So of course it's like slick whisker marks or like this red, and of course it kind of like goes all around his body. So yeah. So of course this is where Naruto he like decides to dodge. Well, not even dodge. He kind of sent all 9 tails to block the sword. And of course, the sword doesn't cut through, well, Naruto's like tails. Instead, the tails kind of became like a steel kind of black color to kind of block the sword. And this is where Naruto fully cuts the oldest one into like half. And this is where Naruto then kind of speed blitz the oldest one. And of course, the youngest one cannot compare with the, well, Naruto's speed. What it kind of looks like if Virgil kind of, when Virgil kind of like, it looks like Virgil kind of stopped time and all, but really it's just a speed. when he just cuts multiple times in like the air, and multiple slices start appearing in air and all that. In the air until he like what's it called, sheave his sword into back, so Yamato. And of course this is where the song appears, I'm the storm that's approaching, so yeah. Yeah, that's basically what happens to the oldest one. It gets cut into a million pieces. This is where a bunch of like crimson red flames appear from Naruto's mouth and send them at the oldest one, burning him alive. Well, burning him that's already dead, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, the youngest gets angry and says, "You killed my brother, you bastard!" Rushes at Naruto with blinding speed, and it looks like he was going pure, like he was going like as fast as lightning itself could go. And of course, it does smash. Well, he does smash his was gone. A last arm that was his like left arm, and it was covered with lightning. It was like lightning armor, and smashes his fist into Naruto's kind of face. This is where Naruto's like head does kind of shot backwards, but this is where Naruto he stands his ground, not being flown back. This is where his tails managed to wrap around this the youngest one. This is where Naruto says, "You're dead." This is where Naruto, he sent his, what's it called, hand straight into the youngest heart, ripping it out, killing him in an instant. This is where Naruto sent a giant, powerful, red, crimson, red flames up in the air, kind of showing his victory. This is where all the demons that were kind of still trying to fight, kind of look over, that were kind of the allies with what's it called, the demon lords. Look over and sees Naruto just standing there over the two, one that's kind of like burning up with red flames, and the other one that's kind of already dead with his heart being taken out. This is where the demon says, the demon lords have lost. This is where all of them kind of like went down on their knees, and then just kind of given up because they cannot win. The Kitsune has now taken over the demon world. But really, not really taken over. It was actually split into 9 sections of the underworld. So there's 9 realms. The inner circle will have the Kitsune clan. The outer circle will have the Ox clan. So basically, what's it called, the Eitos was. The seventh, seventh kind of inner realm. The 7th realm will kind of have what's called the Bug clan. Basically, Fu being the heiress to it. You get the point. The 6th will be, I forgot what was it. I think it was Kobashiba or something like that. I forgot. He's like a horse demon, so of course he would be the 6th, or not the 6th. No, the 6th would be the slugs. The 5th would be the horse. The 4th would be the monkey. The 3rd would be I can't really remember his name. The 3 tails. 2 tails would be the cat demon clan, and then the last one will be the Shikaku clan, being the 1 tails, the raccoon clan. So of course that is how it's split into. Not having 3 sections like the 3 demon lords, because one was already dead, and so it's only 2. What's it called? 2 rulers? No, it's 9 rulers in total. But of course, this is where when Naruto kind of done that, Naruto then appeared outside into the human world. And he appeared after the fight. It took 3 months to rebuild and all that. Now, of course, Naruto's now outside. And of course, this is where Naruto says, I'm crushing this human pathetic world. This is where he brings out his brothers out from a portal and all that, and they all get ready. And this is where his father also does come back. Come through a portal, a red portal that's in the sky. This is where the red portal kind of goes and destroys the 5 nations by just sending blasts, like these small, medium blasts that kind of look small to him, but big into the world, and blowing up the 5 nations. While Naruto and his siblings goes and takes out the rest of these smaller nations. Now, of course, Naruto did meet up with the Akatsu's, and I did mention in the beginning that they died, but no, they didn't die. because I now remember that I never dealt with the Akatsu's, or kind of mentioned about the Akatsu's. But of course, Naruto dealt with them, killing them left, right, murdering them, kind of like killing them really easily. When he goes up against Hidan, he kind of says, he says, Scarlet Red Soul Reaper. He goes into Hidan's soul and rips it out from his chest. Well, yeah, from his chest. Because of its eye, his third running Sharingan. He goes against what they call the Pains, the Six Path of Pains, and when Diva Path says, Almighty Push, this is where Naruto stands his ground and just walks slowly towards the Diva Path and just slap the shit of him like what's called Will Smith does to Chris Rock. Which, that's still a bitch move, but I don't know. But just for like the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Another point. We go into Naruto already killing the Six Paths of Pain and going against what's called Nagato and Conan, and he does kill both of them easily with no mercy. Now, of course, this is where Black and Black Zetsu and Obito does like bring Madara back out. So Madara had to fight against Naruto, and Naruto whooped this man's ass so hard that Madara kind of died in just an instant. Even if he was a reanimation, he was destroyed in an instant. Obito tries to fight against Naruto, and of course, since he doesn't have the 6 Biju, he gets killed in an instant. Because Naruto, he can actually go and make dimensions, and actually can find Obito's real body. And this is where he grabs Obito's real body and crushes it. This is where when he fights against Black Zetsu, he kills him in an instant, just obliterate him with his sword. But of course, with that, after the world, the world that was Earth was actually burning up in crimson red flames. Naruto says that he will make what's it called demon habit in this world. So yeah, of course, the Sage's Six Path wanted to come back and try to defeat Naruto, but Naruto easily destroyed him. Now, of course, Naruto has 2 worlds now: the underworld and now the what's called kind of human world, but is now destroyed and became a demon race world. This is where Naruto, we go into a time skip of Naruto being 21, and Naruto did fight against Tomari, because Tomari, he wanted to go into the human world, the Earth, but he didn't notice that there was a bunch of demons, and so he got easily killed by Gaara. Naruto wasn't the one to kill him because Gaara was in the world, kind of just getting supplies and all that. But yeah, Naruto, he is now 21, and he's considered to be the ruler of everything. But he kind of already did mention that he is one of the rulers, where the other 9 are the other rulers. But they kind of mostly call him the emperor and all that. But of course, this is where Naruto, he actually has what's it called, kids. He had children. So he had about 3 kids with Katsune. Katsune, what's it called? Basically, the kids has, one kid is like, he has ears, so basically they all look like Katsunes and all. His tails are actually like the dark purple color. One of them, it's a boy and all. His name is, you can think of whatever. A girl is, it's a lightish purple color. And of course, her name would be whatever. And of course, the last one is a boy with what's it called, crimson red fur. Basically, being Naruto's kind of mostly having his offspring, and also having a third eye similar to the Rinnegan, but without the tomoes. But does have it select, so yeah. Select cross, but yeah. He's actually the one to actually inherit the Rinnegan, but yeah. Of course, he also did have horns kind of growing up, but yeah. Now, of course, this is where Christina and Umi, they only had 2 children. So, Umi's children was, 2 girls. One of them had red fur, while the other one had a red and bluish color fur, so yeah. Of course, Christina's children, one was a boy, one was a girl. One had kind of crystallized hair, but being red, while the other one was just greenish fur, but yeah, because of crystals. Well, it's like a crystal color, but it wasn't like crystallized. But of course, Naruto is now the ruler of everything. Of course, he is now happy. But one thing that he hates and he has to always kind of not be worried about, he just hates one person and one person a lot. Protector Naruto. Because Protector Naruto did try to come into this world and try to attack Naruto again. Well, Scarlet King Naruto, basically the son, tries to attack him. But of course, this is where Scarlet King Naruto, who's basically the child, or Scarlet King Child Naruto, kind of, well, not child, kind of adult now, kind of fights against Protector Naruto and does kick his ass. But also, every time he tries to kill Protector Naruto has a kind of safety auto kind of file that allows him to kind of teleport back to our Senator Naruto. So of course, well, yeah, Senator Naruto. So of course he can never die. But this is where Scarlet King Naruto says, "Pathetic. You really do want to stop me and try to stop this world. This world was already decided when fate, or shall I mention, non-fate, actually doesn't exist in this world. A fate where I wanted to create it. What I wanted to make sure of this world. You do not have the choice in trying to destroy me." So of course this is where Protector Naruto, he tried multiple times, but he could never go against Scarlet King Naruto. But Protector Naruto realized that this was a lost cause, and he should probably stop going against Scarlet King Naruto. Now, Scarlet King Naruto can still travel into different universes. He did travel into one universe that he kind of regrets in going into, and that is Godslayer Naruto. Now, Godslayer Naruto always wonders who the fuck is this person. Well, because multiple Narutos can actually travel into different AUs. Well, different what ifs that I kind of go into. But he kind of goes into this one and he regrets it because he now has a slash that cannot be healed. He just has a scar in his, like, what's called chest. And he does not like Godslayer Naruto. He also doesn't like a couple of Narutos, but of course, the one person that he's actually afraid of is an entity called the Godslayer Daibraku, who is I, who actually don't really bother against Scarlet King Naruto in his world. Mostly what I do is absolute anything I fucking want to. I'm a fucking god in this world. But of course, one person will only always stand in my way. Zenitsu Naruto. But this is where I'm gonna leave it off. Yes, I kind of ramble on the last part, but I'm just saying. So, yeah, this is the end of what if Naruto was the son of the Scarlet King. Yeah, the son of the Scarlet King. Now, I know that, what's it called? I wanted to finish this what if, I think like 2 months ago, but I never did it because I'm retarded. Well, not really finish it. I wanted to finish it, but I didn't have an idea to how to finish it. So, of course, I had an idea now to how to finish it after kind of rewatching it, but yeah. Of course, I'm gonna be making a series of what if. Well, not really a what if. It's mostly it's a series with Deadpool. What if? Naruto. Basically, Naruto, was the reincarnation of Deadpool. I'm thinking of doing something where that Naruto kind of also be able to travel into different universes. Because yes, Deadpool Naruto. If you already know, because I already have done a what if like that. He's gonna be going into different what if Narutos, and yeah. Of course, this is where, well, I'll mention more about Protector Naruto, and its series will be coming more up. There's really not an end to Protector Naruto. It's just mostly about Protector Naruto going to different dimensions. But yeah, but mostly, yeah, that's all I wanted to mention. Descriptions, the description, yes, Anime Sensei, Iconic What If, and Naruto What If, links will be in the description, but yeah. Other than that, I have 3 new What Ifs that I'm not gonna do, because 2 of them are actually an anime that I have to watch, but I'm kind of reading the manga instead of watching the anime. But other than that, I just want to get through the manga. I'm only on chapter 16, but yeah, other than that, none of that. Bleh. But of course, other than that, I should stop rambling. Well, I mean, this is the end, so yeah, I can do whatever the fuck I do in the end half the time. But yeah, other than that, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato day, potato, potato, and yeah, good night, I guess. Yeah, bye bye.